In this video, I'd like to talk a little bit about what we talked about this morning, specifically about how the courses are set up, how you can access your courses. So I'm looking at the course main screen on my computer. Now, I will have more logins and more information on my screen than you will have on yours. But you should have a tile box for the course you're currently in, and if you have had prior courses, you'll have them for other courses you've been in. Use the little three dots up in the corner to go ahead and you can move your current course to the top, or you can move others down to the bottom. In other words, keep your current course up here at the top. It will make it easier for you. When you click into your current course, and I'm just going to pick any course because they're relatively the same. Okay, the view you see, and let me put this into the view you're going to see, okay, is actually pretty well laid out. Over here on the left-hand side, you have a menu. You have your school links down here at the bottom. That's where you're going to go for ebooks and app codes and orders and other stuff like that. We'll get into that in a minute. Over here, you have announcements. You have modules. You have the syllabus. You have discussions. You have grades. And you have people. People basically lists all the course members, okay, all the different people that are registered in your course. You go into people. You can find out who's there and who's not. You can click on the person's name, okay, like on my name, and you're actually able to send me, if you want to send me a text message or something, or a message, you can do that from here. Okay, and it shows you where we're enrolled and everything like that. So you have a pretty decent course list here of who's in the class with you. You come back over to Home. It brings you back to the course main screen. You can always get to the course main screen by clicking on the small link up here, the short link we call it. You can always get back to the main course screen as well. Now again, you're not going to have all the orange around it and all the pink around it. That's just because I have administrative access, but I put myself in your view. Announcements are here. Okay, this is all the course announcements that I've made. Okay, I normally post around 4 p.m. what the plans are for the next day, and I have all the prior announcements here. After I do a recording, you'll see that the recording shows up here as well. Okay, so announcements are pretty important. If you take a look at the announcements, it will always show you what we're going to talk about. It's going to show you what you need to do. It's going to make some suggestions about reminding you things about assignments and stuff. And then down here at the bottom, it says how you can get in touch with me. And it's going to talk about when we have our daily conference call. Okay. And I'm going to it gives you the information on how to get into the call. So that's what's on normal every announcement of the term. I just want to point out another announcement here is I put some information here that I had emailed out to everybody that's enrolled in the HVAC programs. But just to point it out again, down here at the bottom, I did tell you how to install remote desktop. Okay, pretty important. And the access codes you need to install remote desktop are also in that second announcement that's here. Okay, that says welcome to the spring and your course number. Okay, for those of you in core air conditioning, it's 1417. For those of you in oil heating, okay, it's going to be 214. But again, down in that is the setup information you need to get into your get remote desktop set up. Once again, we'll go back to the starting point. We always start from the course home screen. Over on the right side here, there's upcoming assignments. They're things you're working on, and there's course introduction and stuff like that. Now this is modules. Okay, we start off with the course overview, but every single day or in a series of days, we are going to add more modules, okay? This is what's available for you to work with. When you look here, there's an overview. There's any assignments. Watch the due dates. Okay, due dates are important in this course. You're going to have your lab material. You're going to have your presentation material. Supplemental resources, they're more for your information. And then you're going to have, down here, you're going to have your video lectures. Okay, now again, just be careful here, because a lot of times along with assignments there might be some additional handouts that go along with these assignments. In the oil course, you have some additional handouts there right now as well. Okay, so the video lectures, usually after I do a lecture, after I do a conference with you, the recording for that conference will be posted as well, and I'll talk more about that in a future course. So your course main screen is actually relatively important. Okay, there's a course calendar over here as well that allows you to take a look and see what's in the course for the calendar. Okay, you can actually see what we're going to be talking about on each day. You can see where your assignments are going to be, and you're going to be able to get into things from there as well. Okay, backspace out of that, because that does not, for some reason, have a short screen at the top. The syllabus is extremely important. We'll get to that in a second. Grades and everything else are right there. So the grades are pretty important as well. You can go in here and you can actually see what your grades are for the course. Okay, it's going to list it down here, and it's going to totally come down. And if it's not been assigned yet, obviously won't have a score. Okay, but again, you have the ability to come down here completely and see what your grades are. Okay, and again, it's grouped into what the groups are. You can arrange them in different ways by assignment group. Okay, in other words, what's a lab, what's quizzes, what's stuff like that. Once you apply it, it's going to put it in correct groups if you want to see that. Okay, discussion boards are all quizzes. Okay, so there's a lot of assignments in the course, so don't worry about that now. I would arrange everything by due date, so you get the due dates that are now due up top. Okay, if there's no due date assigned, it hasn't been assigned yet. Okay, a lot of the stuff you might not be able to get into, like if you click further down, you might not actually be able to get into, you might actually not be able to get into it yet. Okay, because it hasn't been opened yet. Click back on home. Okay, let's talk about the syllabus next a little bit, but that's how you deal with that. Oh, one other thing, attendance. Okay, attendance, I look for 4 things. You either attend my online morning conference, or with my permission in advance, watch the recording of it by 7 p.m. in the evening. I don't give this permission during week 1. I really need everybody in the course on week 1. You participate in the discussion board, at least with an initial post. Okay, I don't expect you to necessarily get back to 2 students in the same day. Okay, that's tough for the people who get in early. Turn in any assignments due that day, and download any handouts relevant to the day's material. That's how you get attendance. Okay, I really don't necessarily care how long you're logged into Canvas. I more care, did you meet the objectives? Okay, syllabus becomes very important, and I want to talk a little bit about that. But the syllabus starts off with the same thing. We have a course description. Doesn't matter which course you're in. I happen to be looking at air conditioning now. Read your own course's syllabus. This is important. You have a course length, okay, however many clock hours it is. We are primarily focused on the classroom instruction now and the homework. Your shop time will be taken care of once you're back in the classroom. This is a hybrid or blended course, so your outside work and related instruction hours will be added together. Take approximately 86.7 hours over a 4-week period, which puts it at about 22 hours a week almost that you'll be spending on this course. Okay, so again, just be a little bit careful. Make sure you have enough time set away. The morning class officially runs from 7:15 in the morning till 12:55 or something like that. Okay, you have plenty of time to do what I'm going to be asking you to do. The following books are required: Math for HVAC and Modern Refrigeration. You have another 2 books on your bookshelf as well. You should have a construction blueprint reading book, and you'll also have what's the other one? Modern Hydronic Heating. Okay, but these are the 2 books that are required: Math for HVAC and Modern Refrigeration. The other books are for other courses. Okay, we use a combination in this course of mixed methods. We use live online lessons like you were in this morning. We have synchronous recorded lessons, and you need to participate in discussion boards, and you'll have assignments to turn in as well. We also will be using simulator and simulator exercises that supplement our lecture material and help you build and refine your skills that you'll be using in shop. In the shop, you're going to be doing, once you get back on campus, you're going to be doing a series of shop assignments. These assignments are designed to slowly build upon each other, resulting in a thorough understanding of the program you are currently in, of the course you're in. Again, I have one group of students in air conditioning electrical and another in electrical for oil. Okay, it is extremely important to follow the detailed instructions on the shop assignments as well as the directions given by the shop instructor. We ask you to make sure you let us know if you have any questions. This is important. At the end of the syllabus page, you'll see a list of assignments and materials that shows up with due date set. If there's no due date on the assignment, it has not been set up yet. Okay, each syllabus for each individual course will have exactly what we're going to cover during the course, okay? And this will be different for the oil and air conditioning courses, of course, because one we're talking about air conditioning, the other we're talking about oil burners. Student and instructor expectations, it's real easy. You can expect me to turn around grading with a day or so. I try for 24 hours, except if it's on a weekend. That's from the due date of the assignment. I may go in and grade while assignments are being turned in, but from the due date of the assignment, I can almost promise you that I'll have assignment grading turned around within 24 hours. I do read every discussion board post. There's a lot of posts out there, a lot of people in the class, but I do read the discussion board posts. Please check the discussion boards for any additional posts from me because I may go in and correct something if there's a lot of misunderstanding around a certain topic. Every day there's course announcement at the top of the course homepage. I've already shown you where that is. Okay, the announcements are required reading and will help you immensely. I normally post these the day before in the late afternoon or early evening. So about 4 o'clock this afternoon, the post for the next day showed up. Please realize everything you look at, participate in, or click in from this course is logged. If I ask you to view a video, look at a handout, I do know those who have done so and those who don't. You'll notice that the course load is heavier at the beginning of the course and will get easier as we move forward. This is for 2 reasons. First, the material is new at the start of the course. The second is that we have a certain amount of core material that we have to cover before we can move into the good stuff. If you had me as an instructor before, you've seen this pattern before. Your workload is going to be a little bit heavier at the beginning of the course. What do I expect from you? It's simple. I expect effort. You're not going to know it all. No one will have all the answers, and I don't expect you to. Every student in this course is an adult, and you all have various responsibilities outside school, especially now. I know some of you have kids at home that you're homeschooling. I know that everything's a mess right now. I know that sometimes you can't dedicate enough time. It's my goal to teach you the theoretical side of the program, either air conditioning or oil, depending on which class you're in that meets your needs. That being said, I do need you to meet all assignment due dates, and I expect you to tell me if you need help with anything. One of the things about an online course that's different than an on-campus course is it's impossible to hide and just skate through. It's harder still in a hybrid course like we're talking about here, where you might not only have an online instructor, but you'll have a shop instructor as well. Please talk to us and let us know when you need help. Homework is assigned on a weekly basis. All homework assignments are assigned by the instructor and listed with due dates in the course in the LMS. Okay, it's expected that homework, including readings, will take you about 7 hours per week. Now, that's not including the classroom work that we have to do. Okay, discussion boards, handouts, and stuff like that. That is strictly in the book reading material and studying from book. If it says homework, that's part of this category. In addition to homework assignments, because this is a hybrid or blended course, you'll need to participate in discussion boards. You'll need to watch some videos, and you'll need to participate in an online lesson. Please be prepared for some simulation as a part of our related instruction. So what do we know about grading? 40% of your grade is exams, 20% is labs, 20% is a quiz average, and 20% is homework. Okay? Quizzes also include your discussion board posts. All the material covered in the assigned homework and labs are building blocks along with the lecture towards the objectives of the class. You have to submit all homework and when we get back into shop, all labs in order to take either the final exam, which is the hands-on portion, or the written. Grading is real simple in this course. Between 90 and 100, you earn an A. 80 to an 89 is a B. 75 to 79 is a C, and below 75 is a failure and you have to retake the course. Okay, please be very careful with this. If a student receives a grade of 74 or lower for a course, the course has to be repeated. Okay, late assignments, all I want to say, if you're going to turn it in late, talk to me. Okay, there is a grade loss of 10% per school day, including the original activity due date, that the activity is not turned in. Okay, in accordance with the incomplete policy, all activities not made up within 10 school days are recorded as a 0. Okay, but we can avoid a lot of this if you talk to me. Let me know if you're having problems. If you're going to miss anything or be late with an assignment, talk to me. Once I know in advance of a due date what the issues are, I can more able to assist you with those due dates. Once an assignment due date has come and gone, I'm less likely to grant an extension if you had not had the discussion. In other words, talk to me in advance before you miss something. Graded activities that are missed due to documented extenuating circumstances, illness or accident, we can make up. Okay, talk to me. I'm the program director, or talk to your campus director. Okay, but we have to have documentation. When we have documentation, you don't lose points. When you talk to me in advance, a lot of times I can avoid losing points. My purpose is that the work needs to get done. I want you to meet the course assignments, but I don't want to have to take points and credit away from that. Schematic diagrams, very, very simple. They have to be neat, drawn properly. We're going to talk to you much more about schematic diagrams because the best techs in the field know how to draw schematics and read schematics. Very important. Additional student resources exist. ProQuest has a ton of school material. It's all here on the School Links tab down at the bottom. Okay, lots of additional materials. Technology requirements, all I care about is you have access to the internet and something to view it on. We give you an iPad as a part of your school material. Okay, you have installed PDF Expert and Remote Desktop, as well as the VitalSource bookshelf. Okay, this course can also be completed from any Windows or Mac laptop, Google Chromebook, or Ubuntu Linux machine. I use them all. Okay, you must have the software to edit and annotate PDFs, and you must be able to connect to a Windows Remote Desktop. Again, Remote Desktop, RDP. Academic conduct, very, very easy. Can sum it up in one sentence. Don't cheat. Okay, don't just copy and paste things. In my opinion, cheating and plagiarism are the worst academic offense you can make. In all of these instances, you are hurting yourself and your future. All such dishonesty is dealt with through the school disciplinary process. I do randomly put discussion and board posts and written assignments through plagiarism checkers. Please put things into your own words. I use Google and Wikipedia as well as you do, and I've probably read or written what you are copying. With regards to professionalism, please read the school policy in the catalog. Let me recap what I expect. You'll treat your classmates and myself with respect at all times. This applies to both the written and the spoken word. I'm not going to tolerate unprofessional conduct in this class at any time, and any unprofessional posts are deleted with a grade of 0 being awarded. Okay, if you have an issue, if you have a concern, if you don't like something, send me an email. Let's keep it private. There's no need to stir up an entire class because you're unhappy with something. Talk to me. I might not have the answer you like, but I'll give you an answer. Or I'll give you an answer and refer you to somebody else to talk more about it, okay? But I'm here. I do listen. Those who've had me as an instructor before know I do. Okay, dress code, once you're back on campus, you're going to be in the physical shops for shop time. You have to have work shoes. They must meet OSHA requirements for the construction and electrical trade. That includes if you drop something on the toe of your shoe, you shouldn't break a toe. It includes if we drop oil, it's not going to soak through to your foot. Okay, be careful. School uniform shirt must be the outer garment if you wear multiple layers. Has to be on the outer garment. Okay, here's the thing. It's part of our security practices. I can look down a hall and I can see what department people belong to. Long pants are required. You cannot wear shorts in this program. Absolutely no. Okay, we're not going to let you in the building. Okay, you can't have trackies. Those are those nylon running pants. You want to have as high as a cotton fiber percentage as possible. Synthetic fabrics melt and can harm you. Belts, wear them. I don't want your pants falling off. Okay, we've had several instances of people halfway up a ladder in shops where their belts fell down, where their pants fell down. Okay, wear a belt. Safety glasses. Okay, you only have one set of eyes, and you'll be working with a lot of material in this and every other course you take that could cause you not to have any. Okay, the chemicals we use, the refrigerants we use, the oil we use, some of the caustic cleaning chemicals we use, if it splashes in your eyes, you have a serious problem. I haven't had an accident in a shop for years in this program, and I'd like to avoid it. And the reason is because we are so tough on safety glasses. We do not provide any additional warnings on dress codes. If you come onto campus without the proper dress code, you're going to get sent home. Okay, you do not receive attendance for the time off campus. This is for your own safety and the safety of everyone around you. For the new students, you have a 1-week grace period to get work shoes, and uniforms will be required as soon as they're delivered by vendors. But you have to have work shoes. You have to wear safety glasses, okay? Uniform shirt may be a little bit later. At the bottom of every course, okay, there's a course summary in the bottom of the syllabus. It tells you when to expect everything. It tells you what we're going to be basically doing all the time. Now, you'll see my due dates are normally 11:59 p.m. That's because I just want you to have the entire day to do it. Okay, again, I run my attendance reports around 7:30 in the evening. Okay, is when I start running attendance reports. You're supposed to be in class starting at 7:15 in the morning. Okay, you're supposed to be working on material in the morning. I don't track minutes you're in the classroom. I don't track minutes you're on canvas. But I do expect you to go in sometime during the course day and start your materials. Okay, so that's about all I can say about the syllabus. That's about all I can really tell you about the course. Okay, just please make sure you have installed your required apps on the App Store, and which is your ebook thing. And if you haven't gotten your books yet, click on the school links in the bottom. Come into the ebook and app code orders. You're going to put in your ID number. Okay, you're going to put in your email address. Okay, you're going to put in your first and last name. Once you come in here, you're going to click OK. But again, I don't have... Oh, let's see if we can... Okay, the one thing about your email address, the 3 digits in your school email address will always match the last 3 digits on your school ID number that we use. Okay, once it finds you, okay, and again, I was testing out another program. Your department should say HVAC. Once it finds you, click on the link for the EBook Order system. Okay, you're going to see everything here. If something is not correct, don't go further. Talk to me. Once you're ready there, once everything is correct, click Submit. Okay, and then you'll finalize and place order. Any errors after this point, okay, are going to take you over to any errors after this point. If you don't get to the bookshelf, you will have to go and it will give you an 800 number to call. Be prepared to give them your ID number, your department, and a course code. Again, any problems, make sure you talk to me. Okay, that's the ebook order process. Okay, so that just about wraps up what we covered in terms of course orientation on Monday, April 20th. And tomorrow's another day. Thank you for your attention. I do appreciate it.